Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book, that is chapter number 18, Wastewater Story. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that in the last class what we have discussed. So in the last class we have discussed about the words, which means what is the meaning of the word wastewater, which means that the water which is running in our drains and it is of no use. Okay, so this wastewater is we are using this water and we are using the pure water instead. Okay, and then this this pure water becomes a wastewater. Now why this is becoming a wastewater, children? Because we are using this water, and once we are using this, whatever we are getting after using, means whatever water we are getting after using it, it becomes dirty water, and that dirty water is known to be as the wastewater. Okay, then we discussed about the ways by which the dirty water is being generated and what things makes it dirty. Means we have talked about the contaminants, we have talked about the contamination which is being present in the wastewater. Like the contaminants which are present in the wastewater were the organic impurities, then the in which it contains all the plants and the animal products. It could be the excreta of animals, it could be the organic substances like the vegetable peels, the fruit peels. Okay, then after that we have discussed about the inorganic impurities which contains nitrate, phosphates and metals. Then after that we have seen about the nutrients, which means it is phosphorus and nitrogen. So phosphorus and nitrogen, they are the chemicals actually, but they act as a nutrient to these developing microorganisms which are present in the which are present inside this wastewater. Okay, then there are certain living organisms also like bacteria. There are certain microorganisms like fungi. Okay, there are certain microorganisms called fungi. So there could be certain other microbes, other parasites which is causing dysentery or which is causing different waterborne disease. Okay, then after that we have seen that how is this sewerage and sewage is the different things. So sewage is the liquid waste which is coming out from the drains. Then sewage, then sewers are the pipes, the drains, which is the large and the small pipes which are used to carry these, which are helpful in carrying these carrying this wastewater. It is said to be as the sewers. Now all these sewers are getting connected to a big pipe, and that is known as a sewerage system. Now this sewerage system is, it means that it is a way by which the dirty water is being carried off. Okay, then the fresh water is ending up in an eventful journey. How is this fresh water ending? This wastewater is ending up in a fruitful journey. We have discussed about one activity where we saw that how the treatment of this polluted water is being done. Okay, so this wastewater is ending up in a very means this is being treated, and then it is getting being converted in the form of, at least it is not that much harmful if it is going to be directly passed into the water bodies. Okay, so which kind of treatment is being done, which kind of treatment is being given to this polluted water? It was described using an activity where you have taken the jar in which you have added the impurities. Now after adding the impurities, you stepwise you have cleared that water, and after purifying that water we got different samples. The first step was aeration, then after that filtration was done. After filtration, the chlorination was done. So this was a very, these were the very basic steps regarding this water clarification, cleaning this wastewater or cleaning this polluted water. Now we'll talk about the similar thing is going to happen in the wastewater treatment plant. Now what we have to study is this waste water treatment plant, and in the short it is known as WWT. Okay, it is known as WWTP, wastewater treatment plant. Okay, the wastewater treatment plants, if we are writing here, we will write it as WWT apostrophe S. Okay, so this is known as WTPs. So or WTP, only will read about this wastewater treatment plant. Okay, it's not the plants. Now, we'll discuss about the wastewater treatment plant, which means that it is a plant where the wastewater is getting treated. Okay, now how this wastewater is getting treated, I'll just let you know. In this wastewater treatment, it involves a physical, the three steps are there. Physical treatment, the physical treatment of the water, then the chemical treatment, okay, chemical treatment and the biological treatment. And the biological treatment. Okay, so there are three ways by which the treatment has been given. The first step is the physical treatment, the second step is the chemical treatment, and the third step is the biological treatment. Okay, so the first step is physical treatment. Now what it is being done? So here it is written the treatment of wastewater involves physical, chemical and biological processes, and which removes the physical, chemical and biological matter that contaminates the wastewater. Then first thing is that wastewater is passed through bar screens. Now what is the meaning of the word physical, chemical and biological? And it's very easy, and I think you all might be understanding or might be knowing it because we have already discussed the word physical, chemical and even biological also. Okay, so physical word means it is related with something which is related with the shape, size, outer appearance. Okay, the next is about chemical. Chemical means the chemicals which we use. Okay, the next is biological. Biological means it is the living part, the way by which some living organisms are going to help in cleaning. So physical treatment means on the basis of the appearance we are going to remove the things from the wastewater. Okay, for example, if certain solid wastes are present, so you would do physical treatment to remove that physically. Whatever impurities you could remove, you will remove with the help of the physical treatment, and then chemicals you are going to add. After once the physical treatment, now all the solid waste would be taken out with the help of this physical treatment. Once the physical treatment is over, wastewater would be left which contains no such suspended impurities, which is said to be as a physical, which could be given as a physical treatment. After physical treatment, we can give the chemical treatment. Okay, so chemicals are being added to purify water. After that, the biological treatment is being given, which means that it is based upon the fact that it is going to help in the biological agents. They are going to help the living beings, living things are going to help in the treatment of the waste water. So these are the three main steps regarding which we can see that the physical, chemical and biological treatment of to the water is being given. Okay, now we'll deal with the first treatment, that is this physical treatment. It says that whenever the wastewater is being present, this wastewater is getting they are getting flow, they are being allowed to flow from the bar screens. Bar screens are what? Bar screens means these are the sieve like structure which would contain these bars. Okay, now whenever the liquid waste is being passed to these bar screens, the big impurities are being collected because it is not letting it to go out. It acts as a sieve. Okay, it acts as a sieve. As you are going to pour the tea in it, the sieve, what happens? It is not allowing the tea leaves to go, tea leaves to go in your cup. Okay, but it is going to clean, it is going to provide you the clean tea, isn't it? So what happens is acts as a sieve. Because it is acting as a sieve, large impurities means large impurity means it is the it could be the waste materials like rags, it could be the sticks, the cans, plastic caps. Okay, and it could be many things could be there. Plastic packets are there. So you can see that there are these are wire mesh. Okay, these are just like wire mesh. So once these are passed, the water is being passed from this wire mesh, what happens? This is going to stop. Okay, okay, for example, the wire mesh is there, it is placed here and the water is passing through it. Now if you see that the place is very less, so it is when the water is passing through these bar screens, now what happens, the big things are not going to pass. Okay, the small piece of impurity could pass from this, but if I allow the big piece to go, it's not going to go, isn't it? Similarly, what happens, the big impurities which is not allowed to pass from the this bar screens. So this bar screen is going to clean the water physically, because it is stopping all the big materials which is present in the form of the contaminants in this wastewater. Okay, so this is being stopped. So this is known as a physical treatment, and the diagram is also given in your book, you can see. Then after that, once the water goes into a grit and sand removal tank. After this, after the bar screens, you can write down the steps also. So what are the steps? The first step is this physical treatment, in which bar screen is the first one. Okay, so in physical treatment, the first step is the bar. Water moves through the bar screens. Now, after once the bar screen is over, then the water is passed through to the sand and grit chamber. Okay, it is going into the sand and grit chamber, or it is known as sand and grit removal tank, because here what happens, the speed of the water is slowed down. Once the speed of the water gets slowed down, what happens, it is going to be present in the tank and it is going to stay there for some time. Now, because of the way the water, the speed is very slow, the sand and the grits are going to settle down. Okay, this is known as sedimentation process. Sand and grits means the small pebbles, small piece of the pebbles. It could be mud, rain, mud, sand, okay, or any other impurities like mud. Okay, so this is going to be settled down at the base of this sand and grit tank. Okay, so after settling this, sedimentation is being done. The water which is present at the above of this sedimented impurity, it is passed into the next chamber. Now this is allowed to settle in a large tank with a slope which is sloped towards middle. Now after this, the third way is that it is present in a large, the water is passed to a large tank. Here the water is running. Now the water is going to settle down. Large tank, it is being collected in the large tank. Now what happens in the large tank? This large tank has the this large tank is having shape like this, which is having the base sloping inwards. Okay, the base is sloping inwards. So what happens when the this sedimented water is being passed to this decanted water, I must say. Okay, so this decanted water is passed into this large tank. What happens, it stays there for some time, and the water is allowed to settle in a large tank with sloping towards the middle. So this tank is sloping in the middle. Then what happens, solid waste like feces settle at the bottom of the bottom, and it is removed with a scraper. Now what happens, once the water is being settled here for some time, after this what happens, after settling, after leaving it for 2 3 4 days, then what happens, it is going to the solid waste is going to settle down at the base. Water is passed into the next tank, and the waste material which is left over here is removed with the help of scraper. Okay, and this is known as sludge. Okay, this is known as sludge. SLUDGE. This is known as sludge. What is sludge? Sludge is a solid waste which is being settled in this big tank. After sand and grit tank it comes. Then what happens? A skimmer is removed. A skimmer removes the floating solids like oil and grease. Now we have removed the big pieces of contaminants like the polythene bags or the plastic bottles or anything. Okay, so that was removed with the help of this bar screen. Sand and grit was removed. After that, the sludge was also made. Now once the sludge is made, we will see that the water which is present now, it contains the oil and grease over it. Okay, because oil and grease are very light, and it could be placed at the top of the water. It floats on water. Now all the impurities are being added up, removed, but this impurity was not removed. Now oil and grease are going to be treated so that they could be removed. Now how they could be removed? The fourth step is the skimmer. Skimming is done in the skimmers. Skimmers are going to remove the oil and grease. Skimming for the removal of oil and grease. Okay, so it is going to remove the floatable impurities. Water is so cleared is known as clarified water. Now, water after skimming is known as clarified water. Clarified water. Please remember the name. What is this? This is known as clarified water, which is being produced after skimming process. Now, all the impurities which were visible is now removed. Now, next we will study about the next the next thing, which will include the biological treatment. Okay, the sludge is transferred in the separate tank where it is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. The biogas produced in this could be used as fuel and also used to produce electricity. Okay, now next, the fourth step. After fourth step, the fifth step comes. So in the fifth step, what is being done? In the fifth step, the water is transmitted. This water is being transported to which tank now? This is passed into the sludge which was made here in the large tank. So this sludge is allowed. Sludge is left. It is allowed to interact with anaerobic bacteria. Okay, this is allowed to react with anaerobic bacteria. It is left there in the anaerobic condition where no oxygen is being added to this sludge. Now this sludge is eaten up by the anaerobic bacteria. What it becomes? So this happens, it is left in the large tank where anaerobic bacteria are going to be active and they are going to eat up the sludge and they are going to produce the biogas. So these sludge is containing nitrogen, phosphorus. Okay, so what happens? This is being eaten up by anaerobic bacteria. These anaerobic bacteria is going to produce one gas which is known as methane, which is also known as biogas. Why this is called as biogas? This biogas means it is being produced by a biological agent, which is produced by some living agent. So this will come under the biological process. Okay, it comes under biological process. So this sludge is being treated up and this is known as the biological process. Now after this, what happens? After this biological process, the sludge is removed, the work of sludge is over. Clarified water we have already obtained. Now that clarified water which we obtained in this after skimming, then what happens? This is allowed to, the air is allowed to pass. Air is going to be pumped into it. Now, how this is being pumped into it? It is done by aerators. Okay, this is done by aerators. We have talked about aerators in the last activity, where aerators are going to, this air is pumped into clarified water, which helps the aerobic bacteria to grow. Anaerobic condition is being placed in the with the sludge. Now, what about this water, which is obtained as clarified water? You know that now still certain bacteria and the viruses would be present because we have removed only with the physical treatment. The water is being cleaned up. Biological treatment is given to only to the sludge. Now the biological treatment will also be given to this clarified water by aerating it. Okay, so this is known as aerating. So bacteria are going to be present at the layers, I said, because it contains the different layers of water, which contains upper layer would contain some bacteria, but the lower bacteria would not be circulated. For circulating, it is going to be air is going to be pumped into it. Okay. Now, the bacteria consumes. Why this bacteria is going to live in this water? Because it consumes, because dirty water contains soap, it contains the food waste. Okay, so many pollutants are there which acts as nutrient to this bacteria. So they eat up, they live there because they are getting oxygen also. Now, good bacteria are going to generate it, and this clarified water is going to be, these bacteria are going to consume all these bad products, and now it is going to convert this into a good water, and after several hours suspended microbes are going to be settled down in the tank of the activated sludge. Now this water is then removed from the tank, and this activated sludge is about 97%. Activated sludge is about 97% of water. The water is removed by sand drying beds of the machines. Now whatever sludge we were having, this was developed by anaerobic bacteria. These anaerobic bacteria are going to convert this sludge into activated sludge. Activated sludge is nothing but they contains bacteria which is actively working on it. Okay, so this contains water. This water is being dried up. After drying up, what is left? We are left only with the dried sludge, and this is known as manure. After aerating, this becomes pure. Clarified water becomes pure. Now we'll talk about the sludge. What happens to that sludge? Sludge is being activated. Sludge is converted in the form of activated sludge. Okay, this activated sludge is containing 97% of water. It contains 97% of water. Okay, now this is being dried up. After drying, this is being dried up. Now this, after drying, it is producing the dry sludge, which is known as, which is used as manure. Okay, which is used as manure. Now what is the use of this sludge? This is used as a manure in the fields. The treated water is having a very low level of organic material now, because already we have done the physical treatment, we have done the biological treatment, good bacteria are there in clarified water. The microorganisms are still present, organic matter is already being removed, very less amount of organic matter is not present. Oh, now what happens, this water is ready to, the suspended impurities are there, or little bit suspended impurities would be there, which is not being able to be removed with this water. Now, once this is going to be present in the form of this is the last step, and after this water is ready to be discharged into a large water body. Okay, that could be river, oceans. Okay, now if this it is not going to be used in the, I mean, this is not going to be thrown into the river, or into the, it is not going to be drained into the river or the sea or the oceans. Then if it is used for the consumption, it could be used for some purposes, which could be used for certain, I mean, domestic supplies are sometimes being added to this STPs. Now nature cleans itself further. Okay, now, in the river, when the water is reaching, so what happens, this after aerating, we leave this water, and it is going to be drained into the rivers. Now once it is drained into the rivers, what happens, the nature is going to clean itself, because the river is having always a flowing water. Now after flowing, it is going to be cleaned up. Now further, what happens, sometimes it may be nearly disinfected water. Now this disinfected water is going to be done with the help of the chemicals like chlorine and ozone before releasing into the distribution system. Public distribution system means those municipality water is being coming from in your home with the help of those pipes and all. Okay, and it has a time which comes either in the morning or in the evening. Okay, it is being given by the distributing system, water distributing system. Now in this condition, what happens, the water which is moving is cleaned by the nature itself. And if water is being if water is not going to be given to that river, or it is not being drained into the rivers or the larger water bodies, then if it is to be distributed in the public place, so before that we use the chemical treatment. Okay, we do the chemical treatment. So what is being done? Last treatment is the chemical treatment if water is to be circulated in between the public distribution system. So the chemical treatment is being done. Now what is this chemical treatment? It is very similar. We use chlorine or we use ozone. Okay, for cleaning this water before it is entering into the distribution system. So this was about how the water is being cleaned up, children. So this water is getting cleaned up because of the work of the WWTPs, that is the wastewater treatment plant, in which the first step is to remove the larger materials like the solid waste, which you could see very easily, which could be removed by using the bar screens. Okay, so the bar screens are going to remove that big waste. After removing that big waste, the second step is this water is being passed into the sand and grit removal tank. Sand and grit removal tank, in that water slows down, it is going to be present at various places, and now the water slows down, it remains there for some time. All the sand and the grit, pebbles, gravels, all these are going to settle down at the base. So this is known as grit and sand removal tank, because this is done to I mean, this process is known to be as the sedimentation and decantation. The sedimentation is being done, the above water is said to be as the decanted water, because we all the impurities are being settled down, and the water which is present in the above place, in the above place, that is known as the decanted water. This decanted water is going to flow and go into the next tank that is known as the big, that is a big tank actually. Now that big tank is having the slope inwards. The big tank is having the slope inwards. Now in this big tank, the water is getting settled down, and in between, the solid waste is going to settle down, and this solid waste is going to be known by a new word called as sludge. This sludge is left for some days where the anaerobic bacteria are going to act upon this. Now, once it is this anaerobic bacteria is acting towards it. So, what happens? This anaerobic bacteria, when it is reacting towards this sludge, then what happens? This active sludge, this is being converted in the form of the activated sludge. Bacteria are going to react with this. This is going to form activated sludge. Once activated sludge is being made, it is going to be used. It is going to be dried up. Now after drying, it is used as a manure. So this was about the sludge. Now what happens to the next tank, the big tank where the settling was being done? So sludge is removed. Now the water which is present is having floating impurities, that is only oil and grease. That is removed with the help of skimmers. Skimmers are the big, you could say that these are containing the chemicals, and they were going to remove this by the skimming action. It is going to be turned around, and because of the turning, what happens, the air is going to be present, and then after that this is going to be removed with the help of the skimmers. Okay, so this after skimming, the impurities like oil and grease is going to be removed. Then this water is known as clarified water. Now this clarified water is being transported to a tank where aerobic bacteria will work. So this aerobic bacteria are the good bacteria. They are going to eat up all those organic matter which is present in the wastewater. It eats up those things. Now after eating up, they release a gas which is known as the biogas. Okay, so this biogas is being produced by the living organisms, and this is known as the that is why it is known as the biological gas. So this is also, in short, it is known as the biogas. Okay. Now after some hours when this biogas is being produced, so completely clean water is now being there. So once the complete clean water is there, it could be easily be thrown into the water bodies. Now it is ready to be thrown in the water bodies. Now children, if organic matter is removed to a larger extent, it is very much easy to be thrown into the water, into the big drains, into the big rivers or oceans or seas. It is ready. Now it is not going to have any problem. If this water is not being present, it is not being thrown into the rivers and the oceans, then what happens? If it is going to be circulated among the people, then it has to be cleaned with the help of the chemical treatment. Where we saw that in the last that activity, we have added chlorine tablets. Similarly, large number of chlorine is being added in the clarified water so that it becomes useful for the public distribution. Or if chlorine is not being used, another gas is being used, that is known as this ozone gas. Okay, this is going to kill the microorganisms, the bacteria, viruses, and the germs. And once these germs are going to be killed, it could be used for drinking purpose also. So it becomes, the clarified water is now being used in the form of the tap water. Okay, this is also known as supply water supply system. We have already studied in class 6, where different chambers were present. Different chambers were present, and they were passed from one tank to another tank, and at the last, the completely clarified water is being present, and that water is going to be used with that water is known to be as the tap water, which is present in the public distribution system. Okay, now next is that becoming an active citizen. What do you mean by this active citizen? Waste generation is a natural part of the human activity. Yes, if we are eating the things, we are throwing the waste. We are drinking the things, we are throwing the waste. Okay, so the waste is being generated. But we can limit this type of waste, quantity of waste products. Often we can repel by offensive smell. Okay, so if we are if we are standing near the drain, we are not able to stand. Why? Because it is going to be a very bad odor. And if we are throwing the garbage in the streets, or the sludge is being just left like that, or it's smelling a very stinking place is there, so what happens? This stinking is caused because of the bacteria which are acting over it. The things are being rotten up, and it gives a very bad smell. So we should not be the people, those who are throwing waste here and there, we should always use dustbins for throwing the waste, and always use the proper drain for draining that wastewater. Okay. So sight of open drains are very disgusting. So it is said that open drains are really very harmful. It should be avoided, which is over flooded during the time of rainy season. So what should we do? We should always we should always construct a closed drain, which is going to be hygienic, as well as it is going to produce very less pollutants. So children, in today's video, we have studied about the wastewater treatment plant, in which physical, chemical and biological treatment we have seen, and WWTP, how does it works. We have seen the different steps. So children, that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed, and that would be related with the same, that how you could become a good citizen. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video.